You know, millions of people suffer every day from carpal tunnel syndrome. What is it? What causes it? What can you do about it? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today on this segment with Dr. Sonia Spencer. How are you?
I'm doing great, Jim. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well. Now, tell us exactly, what is carpal tunnel?
Well, carpal tunnel is an entrapment of the median nerve in this wrist area by the bones here in the wrist where they form a tunnel. And it is a pain that shoots down into the hand right here from the median nerve that goes through this tunnel. Now I want to talk about where the nerve starts, because it starts in the neck, and that's where chiropractic comes in.
Really?
Yes, this nerve actually begins right here in this part of the neck, and as you can see, it travels down here and goes into this area right here. And that's why a lot of times carpal tunnel surgery is not very effective, because sometimes this is causing the problem and it's only addressed here with surgery.
I was going to say, so they do the surgery down here, but the actual problem can start in the neck area.
In the neck area. And there are many, many ways that this nerve can get trapped, because this is a very, very long nerve in your body. If you have misalignment in your neck, that's one way that the nerve can get pinched or trapped. If you have over tight muscles in the shoulder, that's another way here. There's another impingement area around the shoulder blade as well. Then coming down through here, if you have over tightness in one of the muscles in the arm, that nerve can get over trapped as well. And then down here in the hand. What actually happens when you come in for an examination in our office is that we come in and we check all of these areas to see where the actual source of the problem is coming from, and we can address any area along this nerve path.
Now, what actually causes carpal tunnel?
Where the nerve gets pinched and trapped in any of those areas. But if it's in the wrist itself, it's called carpal tunnel. If it's coming from the neck, it may be, you know, a nerve entrapment up here and misdiagnosed as carpal tunnel. And we see that many times with failed surgery cases that come in. The patients actually already had a wrist surgery, but the problem didn't go away, or it recurred again because the source of the problem up here was never corrected or addressed. Or they perhaps have over tight shoulders. Jim, do you ever go shopping or something like that and you see people who have forward head posture, they're starting to lean forward. This causes an over tightening of these muscles in the shoulder.
So that contributes to it.
It does. And right now, everybody is texting or down on
Oh, Lord, everywhere you see. I mean, that is such a problem.
People are, they're leaning forward. You know that the head weighs as much as a bowling ball. And for every 1 inch that you're forward, your shoulder muscles and your neck muscles are working 10 times harder. So if you're not trained to have the proper posture and hold your head up properly, and your neck muscles will actually get elongated and start to over tighten, this can squeeze this nerve here as well. In our office, we address this problem too, because if these muscles are over tightened and are not properly rehabilitated, it can contribute to the problem.
Now, you see more so children, I say kids, teenagers, whatever, that are doing the bent over texting. Can this start at an early age?
It can. There's actually a diagnosis for this now, Jim. It's called text neck. T-E-X-T, neck.
And text neck.
Text neck.
Wow.
Because we're going to be seeing more and more problems with the forward head posture and the more things that they cause as people age, because we're a society now that is constantly looking down, constantly texting, using our iPads, using our devices. The average person is spending, 4 or 5 hours a day looking down, doing their work, using their devices.
Well, they say even when you set up your desktop computer, that you should set the top of the monitor towards even with your eyes, so you're just kind of looking like this. Because if you sit up too high, like you said, your head's going to be down like that, and over a period of time, it's going to aggravate it.
That's exactly right. Part of what we do is help you evaluate your workstation. what you're doing at work and how you're doing things, how you're sitting. So it doesn't damage your spine. Because if you go out and you're sitting in a bad posture all day long, and we're working on you just a few minutes here and teaching you the correct exercises, but you're sitting improperly all day long, how's that going to help you in the long run if we don't really fix the problem?
I have a young lady that I work with at the station sales department, and she's always sitting up straight at her desk, posture and everything. It's like we're just so cotton big and jealous of her because she does, and she doesn't have any kind of problems.
That's great. I want to point out too, Jim, if you have the problem in your neck and in your wrist at the same time, it's called double crush. It actually has its own diagnosis, and that's what we specialize here in this office. I see many carpal tunnel cases, but as a chiropractor, we specialize in disorders of the spine and the nervous system. This is where it all starts. Many times I see degeneration in the spine, where a person has deteriorated disc, have been diagnosed with herniated disc, nerve disorders, and so forth. You know, we can help so many of these patients with these problems.
So with just some simple adjustments, you can alleviate a lot of that pressure on those nerves that are causing you that tingling feeling down in your hand.
Absolutely. We specialize in difficult last resort cases that don't respond to other treatments.
Now up here, you have some pictures of exactly how the spine has a tendency to decay.
Right.
Over a period of time.
And this is a result of misalignment over time. A lot of people think it's caused by aging, but it's not. With the proper alignment in your spine, the joints and the discs can last a lifetime. But when you have improper motion and alignment over a period of time, the disc will start to deteriorate,
right, I see that.
And your body will start to deposit calcium on the surfaces of joints that have not moved properly. With the chiropractic adjustment, we free up the alignment and the position of your joints, so we can actually stop this process from occurring into phase 3. In phase 3, what happens is you have a permanent loss of motion and the nerve begins to die.
Wow.
In this stage, when
and
the
if
nerve,
you don't correct it, you can't fix it.
Yeah, when the nerve begins to die, it's permanent nerve damage. And you see this talked about on TV a lot. It's called neuropathy.
Yes.
It's a very, very painful condition. And once the nerve starts to begin to die, it's very painful. So we want to prevent this from happening. We want to help people get better before they get into phase 3, and we want to help as many people as possible with carpal tunnel.
Well, if you have any of these problems, any of these symptoms that, as Dr. Spencer was showing with these problems up here, set up an appointment. The number is on your screen. She's located on Pass Road in Gulfport, across from the elementary school, Pass Road Elementary.
Pass Road Elementary.
Yes, it is. So thank you so much, Dr.
welcome,
Sonia Spencer
Jim.
here at Spencer Chiropractic. If you have any problems with that or any other problems that you might need a great chiropractor, give Dr. Spencer a call.